Charlie. Roll Tide, roll, say it loud. He don't give a piss about nothing but the tide. Bama blood in his veins, got that crimson pride. F them trees, yeah, we said it out loud. And I love honeybees, now play it proud. We talking football, basketball, big time recruits. If they ballin' in the South, we lacing up the truth. Hood piano man plays better than three-stroke Charlie. Tougher than nails, smooth, not sorry. Roll Tide, roll, it's in the soul. From Tuscaloosa to the Super Bowl, wood piano man plays better than three-stroke Charlie.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to Talk Back Tuesday here on The Long Run with me. It's your boy, it's Piano Man. Hey, I'm right here. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. You know what? I think I've done something. I think I failed to do something. Hold up. I think I did. Hold up. Y'all, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Wow. I don't know how I failed to do this. I forgot to do this. Here we go. I sure did. Let me see here. Hold up for just a second. There we go. And then you. Okay. Uh-oh. All right. Wait, let me do this here. Okay, let's make sure here right quick. Okay. Okay. Okay, can you hear me? Well,
P, I'm here. Hey, everybody.
Can you hear me, Bishop? Hello? Okay.
Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me, Bishop?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, because I'm getting an echo
Huh.
and I don't know which. Oh, I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Wait a minute, Bishop. Wait a minute. Can you hear me now, Bishop?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Wait a minute.
I can hear you.
I got to remove one. Wait.
If I need to, I'll go back out. What's up, family? Hey, how he's going? Hey, y'all run up the likes and share this content. Also in the chat, our excellent producer Dwight has dropped the Discord. Please go ahead up and sign up. There's a lot of awesome things that's going on in the Discord. You don't want to miss it.
Can you hear me now, Bishop?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. I had two things going there and forgot to I needed to
Okay.
exit.
Did they hear me talking about the Discord?
I think they did.
Okay.
Yeah, and now we can hear both of y'all. Good.
Okay.
Well,
All right, you guys, make sure you we have pinned the Discord deal in there. So go ahead and sign up and we want the family to be able to talk. So holler.
That's it. That's it. Welcome everybody to the Discord. You can hear Bishop. Okay, they coming back. But Bishop, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah. Because
go ahead.
Because they're saying no audio. Well, that's Stephen, but he said but Bino said you can hear both of us now. So Dwight said
okay.
technical difficulty, but we're gonna keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Hey, have them put a 1 in the chat if they can hear me right now. So that way we know.
If you can hear Bishop, put a 1 in the chat. If you can hear both of us, put 1 in the chat.
1 in the chat.
Put 1 in the chat.
Hello?
Okay, Ellen V. Good morning, Ellen V. She says 1.
There we go. We're good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Ellen V. Ellen V is the truth. That's the truth right there.
So we got 3 1s, 4 1s. Technically, please don't change the channel.
Y'all good.
You know who that? You already know who that came from. That is Stephen Hicks at his finest. That is Stephen Hicks at his finest.
Look, hey, Stephen Hicks is here every day getting his fix. He said, I ain't missing my gumbo.
Yeah, listen, man. Roll Tide, roll. Good morning and roll tide to you. Good to see Stephen Hicks and the voices of No Mercy.
No Mercy.
Who wish, with the exception of the Alabama Crimson Tide, we wish you nothing but the absolute worst.
Stephen Hicks, give me that. Give me that Zataran. Give me that Zataran.
Nobody like Stephen, man. Nobody like Truthful Jones. How are you? Good to see you. Roll Tide to you.
Ellen V. Gill.
Ellen V, you and I need to have a conversation, a real good conversation, and we will hear real soon.
We will. Hey, Sunshine.
You and Bishop need to have a real conversation. All right. And
oh, yeah. Hey, Lady Latoya. Yeah. I'm just warming up, girl. You know how I do. I gotta represent for the queens in the house. Miss Ellen V's in the house.
I'm gonna have to watch you and Lady Latoya because your face light up like a Christmas tree with Lady
Latoya. What? Do I hint a little haterade?
Oh no, ain't no hate. Hey, bro, when a man anyway, let me keep it moving. I'm about to go there. Early this morning.
I know you were early in the morning. Hey, good morning. Hey, I done threw a little Zataran in, my bad.
Yeah, it's too early for all this, Bishop. You even got the onions even acting up early in this thing. Let me see. Stephen Hicks, we got him. Let me see. Bino, my producer, Dwight. Thank you, Dwight, for all you do, big dog. Let me see. Pour this thing. I see Bishop. Uh-oh. Well, let's go ahead. Let's get this going here. Since Bishop just can't help himself, you know, we may as well just go ahead and get this going for you know.
Oh my God.
Y'all know who it is. It's hit it, Bishop.
Lady Latoya.
What's up?
Yeah.
What's up,
Hey,
Latoya?
hey, and Miss Ellen V.
I got to get one. I got to get one. I got to get one for LNV. I got to get one for LNV.
Yeah.
Oh, the lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
hey, anytime we could get the queen of the U over here, hey, and she pulls up a bowl of gumbo, we're in the honor of royalty. So salute.
I see Dr. Crystal.
Ooh, Dr. Chris is in the house.
Dr. Crystal in the house. What's up, Coach? Roll Tide to you. What the business is, Dr. Crystal? You know, quit playing, girl. Don't have me come down there where you at. All right. It's too early for that Baton Rouge gumbo, but I do want some alligator sausage though. Yes, I do.
Hey, I want some andouille. I want some andouille. I want some boudin.
Boy, that boudin is the truth, man. That boudin is the truth. But you know what? You got to have your mind right to eat boudin, though.
Yeah.
You gotta have your mind right to eat boudin. That's not just for the faint of heart.
Nah, you gotta be a true dude.
Yeah, you got to
yeah.
mind right.
Hey, what's up, Governor?
Hey,
good morning.
Morning, fellas.
What's up with you, Governor? What it do?
And another.
Governor got Governor, let me tell you what I did yesterday, Governor. After we got off the call, after we got off the show and everything, I went outside, took my phone. We were all out there chatting. You had to, I don't know if you heard it or not, but I'm at the farm and everything, and bruh, man, them birds were singing kind of sweet yesterday. Chickens was crowing, everything was going. It made me feel like how simple life felt right then and there. I loved every second of it, Governor. The peace and the tranquility of country living. I loved it. I loved it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I thought about you that day. You were sitting out there. I think you was on your porch, and your birds was chirping out there. I kind of got jealous there, Governor. Kind of got jealous there for a minute.
Enjoy nature, bro.
Yes, sir. Ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. I got some work to do around here and everything. I got to do some things before the snakes really start crawling. So we see them ever so often, but then but we do have some things to kind of calm them down besides a 3, 5, and a 7. 12.
You know about that too?
Yeah, we got
that
some
357 got some paya.
Yeah,
they got a little paya.
Yeah, we have something. Matter of fact, about like 5 or 6 of them out there, and it's big. I call him Big O and his family. Big O and his family, and they take care of all that. So sometimes that's to a minimal because of Big O. Big shout out to Big O and his family out there. But anyway, we're going to going back up the road here. See who else is. I saw Lady Latoya. I thought I saw Gwen on here just a minute ago.
What the business is, Miss Gwen.
Don't quit playing, girl, and that like you know.
Hey. PYT for the young thing. Oh,
Ken the Bama fan, what's up with you, man? Good to see you. See Stephen Hicks again. There's Miss Gwen. And we're just going to head on up the road here. And let's go back down the hill. And Yeah. Toughest nail. What's up, man? Carla Hinton. What the business is? What the business is?
Yeah.
You know, quit playing girl in that like you know. Roll Tide, roll. Roll Tide, my brother. Yeah. Okay, Dr. P. I mean Dr. P. Dr. Crystals. Say less. Say less. We will have that. We will have that. We will have that for you. We will have that for you. We sure will. But
She don't put in a request. She don't put in a request, ain't she?
She put in a request, and we're gonna have that. We're gonna get that for Dr. P.
Hey, before we get started, did anybody go to the premiere last night?
Huh?
Michael Jackson premiere?
I didn't.
No, I didn't either, man.
I did.
But I'm going to go see it, though. I'm going to represent.
Yeah, I am too. But before we get, let me see something for a minute. I want to show y'all something that I ran into last night, and I'm gonna see was my y'all. When I think of the Gumbo crew, when I think of Bishop, the chefs, Bishop, Governor, Twister, Lady Latoya, KT. When I think of Coach Carl, when I think of the 401k crew, you know, and everything, I the White, G Baby, all them. This y'all gonna trip out, but this is gonna be when we gonna start adding some breaks to our stuff. Here we go. Check this out.
Hey, oh, my bad.
Governor, I bumped into that last night. I said, I got to have that. I got to have it, man. I got to have it, man.
I'm only gonna say is you might be mindful of that due to the fact of who is the lead character. Be mindful.
Which one?
The one lead character in that show that you might want to be mindful of.
Well, you know what?
Fat Albert.
Yeah, pay attention. Who's the bad one?
I just like the vibe of the music. I just like the vibe of the music.
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead and spit your knowledge. I know what you're saying.
just be mindful. Just be mindful. People are sensitive, and they like to twist narratives.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hold on. In case y'all didn't know, this is the Long Run Show with P, the Gov, and the Bish. And we got a HR form for anybody that's thin-skinned. Love you to death, but not here.
Man. Well, Bishop, Governor, you know who's here?
Who?
Right here. Here we go.
Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Y'all know who it is. It's the Queen. It's Linda P. What's up, Linda P? What the business?
Linda P's in the house.
Linda P, the one, the only, in all her glory. What's going on? What's going on? What's up, Ask the World? He said, Piano Man, I think you confused the algorithm. Sometimes I confuse my own self, Ask the World. So the algorithm gonna be all right, just like me. I got you. Hey, Governor, but you know what? We living in a world now. Everybody trying to change the narrative, bro. Not everybody, but you know what I mean. So many folks be trying to change the narrative. You can't even have fun no more.
Exactly.
Well, guess what? They when they come over here, hey, ain't nothing but pure joy over here. So they ain't coming and raining on our parade. Y'all better come and pull up a bowl of gumbo and laugh with us.
And my man, and you know, and then make on and you know, and live in the sunshine, man.
And live in the sunshine.
Live in the
Hey,
sunshine,
I can't live in your darkness. I'm the light.
man.
I'm gonna
I
stay in
ain't
the
finna
light.
do. No, not me, not me. But before we go further, I want to first of all give a shout out. There's a rumor going around. I don't
Uh-huh.
know it to be true, but this one I feel sort of free to repeat.
Okay.
And everything because this is a good brother, good guy. It's rumored that the one Steve Kerr, the coach of the Golden State Warriors, it is rumored that he may be retiring here, going to be announcing his retirement here in the next little bit. If he does, uh, I told you all yesterday that you're seeing shifts take place in
Yeah.
this world, and especially in the world of sports. You're seeing shifts take place, and that's a big one at Golden State. Golden State is very marquee. Golden State is one of the elites in this particular dispensation of the NBA. So if Steve Kerr is to retire, I just want to say, man, congratulations. You did it your way. Uh you hey man, you just did the doggone thing. And so
Yeah.
it just like any other uh uh quote unquote, for the lack of a better word, just like any other dynasty, they have their ups and downs, and Golden State is not that team anymore. They're still good, and to a certain degree, they're still relevant. But that championship aura for them is come to a kind of come to an end there. So it's rumored that Steve Kerr might be retiring. I just wanted to say, man, well done. If that is true, I just want to say well done to a man who played alongside Michael Jordan and was coached by Phil Jackson and everything. So, man, big ups to you, Steve. And again, brother, job well done. If that's the case. Now, if it's not the case, we'll welcome you. You know, we'll welcome you, but continue to. We will still love to have you around. But if that's not the case, and you are retiring, I just want you to know from one, I'm a Lakers fan, but I just want to let you know, Steve Kerr, brother, job well done. Job well done. And you deserve that retirement, and man, and go rest with your family and go chill out. And I know you're still going to be bringing something to basketball, to the NBA, and all that good stuff. But I just wanted to let him know, job well done, and I'm proud of him. And even though I'm not a Golden State fan, I'm a sports fan, and I can appreciate what a coach brings to the table, regardless of what they're coaching. I can appreciate what they're doing. So job well done to Steve Kerr, and to Draymond Green and Steph Curry when Klay Thompson was there. All those guys, man, that made up those championship years. Job well done, fellas. And hey, we live to see your story, see you write your story, and there won't be another one like that again for a long time. So we're seeing shifts, fellas. We're seeing shifts in sports right about now. We're seeing shifts in some of a lot of different things in life. But I just want to show my appreciation to Steve Kerr. If, like I said, if that be true, then hey, Steve Kerr, big salute to you, fella. Big salute to you. Governor, what's going on your world of sports down on your end, dog?
Not really much. I've been really focused on like life, man.
Yeah.
I haven't been really with any sports lately. Not lately. It's just, I might see some highlights here and there. That's about that. I haven't really dived into it. I haven't focused on that yet too much. Like we talk Bama. But outside of the other sports, I haven't because baseball is it's just started.
Yeah,
That's doesn't it really doesn't begin until after the All-Star break.
yeah,
That's when like the season like really starts.
yeah, yeah. My Mets not doing so good, Governor. So
Come on.
listen, hey, Governor, you can just kind of bypass that for a minute because my Mets not doing so good. Man, we lost our 11th straight the other day. You know what I'm saying? Good gracious. You know, but you're right. But for baseball, right about now, it's still April.
Yeah, it's still April.
It's still April. And you still got what, 2.5 months before it really gets crunk up real good.
Right.
Oh, excuse me. And that's a lot of baseball to be played. So we're gonna be getting off into it. And the governor is our baseball guru. So you know, he's a Yankees guy. So don't cross him the wrong way. Don't talk smack about the Yankees. Because if you do, I'm gonna turn the show over to the governor and let him have it. I'm gonna go on and eat me some greens and cornbread somewhere. Bishop, you can join me if you want to. Governor,
I want the
boudin.
I want boudin.
Yeah, buddy. Well, you know, like I said, you got to have your mind right. Eat some boudin.
Yeah.
You got to have your mind right. I see Double A. Well, let me do this for Double A. She's in the house. Here's Double A.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, that's Double A. That's what her and Governor, they'll ask that in a heartbeat. What you talking about, man? Good to see you, Double A. Roll Tide to you. Roll Tide. The business is. Fellas, I wanna ask a question. I want to ask a question. I'm about to say in 1920, that wouldn't do none of us any good because in 1920. So I can't ask it like that. But in 2020, there was this team, and talking about football now, there was this team that averaged 32.8 points a game. They had 479.3 total yards per game. Let me see. Here we go. They had 351.7 yards per game. This was in 2020. They also were averaging like 127 rushing yards per game.
That's a good team.
In 2020. Can somebody guess who that team was?
It went Nebraska.
You see, Bishop. See, I didn't do that. Now
I'm just naming facts. It wasn't Nebraska.
Governor, stay on the stoop. Don't come off the stoop, please. Don't. Hey. We know that team up there was not it. Who might it be, P?
it was Nebraska. No, I'm just picking that.
Yeah, you dirty.
No. But okay, well, let me do this. Let me do this.
I'm gonna say Alabama.
Was it a team that had an offensive coordinator?
Believe it or not, yes.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, then that one. Then I'm definitely off.
Okay. It was Fresno State.
Whoa. Say that again.
It was Fresno
State. Interesting.
32.8 points a game, 479.3 yards per game, 127 yards per game rushing the football, and 351 yards passing the football in 2020. Fresno State.
What's their record?
At that time, it was 3-3 because remember it got cut short.
Oh.
They did that in 6 games.
Good night. Interesting.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And believe it or not, Ryan Grubb was the offensive coordinator.
Oh, wow. Hilarious.
Believe it or not, Ryan Grubb was the offensive coordinator.
What happened?
Wait a minute. I'm not done.
Pop-up video.
In 2021, here we go. Let me pull this down right quick. In 2021, the team averaged 33.5 points a game. They averaged 464 yards, 464.8 total yards per game. They were ranked 20 nationally. I'm trying to see something else here. 34.5 total offense for and they don't have the total yards like they did in 2020. But they had a quarterback by the name of Jake Hayner. I remember him. Jake Hayner, who threw for 4,096 yards, 33 touchdowns.
Was that in the pack? Is that correct?
That was in the Mountain West.
Mountain West, okay.
Mountain West.
They
were in there with Boise State. That crew of folk that they played at, and everything.
So it just seems like Grubb. That's interesting.
Last night, I knew it would be interesting. So last night, I laid down and Bishop, I saw where you called me and everything. I was asleep, and then I had an interesting thought once I woke up. Had an interesting. Hello, Anitra. Good morning. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Hey, Roll Tide to you there, Twister. Good to see you, Chef. Had an interesting conversation with KB last night. We talked a long time. And an interesting article came up and said, who's the problem and who's the solution?
I'm gonna be quiet.
And so we went and looked up these stats. Now, I didn't pull up the Washington stats because, we all know what happened there. We talked about that. But I pulled up these Fresno State stats, and I didn't go back to the Sioux Falls stats either. The Sioux Falls stats are crazy stats. But I also know that that's in another division, but in they still play football there, and we know about the competition level, but yards are yards, and those stats made the record books. I put it to you like this. They had a running back at Sioux there, ran right at not too far off from 2,000 yards. In that, they running the football. Governor, I'm going to start with you. And as a matter of fact, today going to be your day.
Yep.
Governor, after hearing this, and we're just sticking with this, what we saw at Fresno State, what I just got through giving you there. What happened? What in Governor's most analytical, looking at it from both sides, from a coach's perspective, from and not just a fan perspective, but from a player perspective, then putting Governor in the middle, and he has to bring all of that and tie it together. Governor, what's the problem, and then what's the solution?
I have two questions. Well, first question is, who is the head coach?
DeBoer.
So DeBoer was the head coach.
Yeah.
And we seen these stats, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. That was in 2020, you said?
2020. And I also read the ones from 2021. Did you need to hear them again?
2021 was what? When they were still in Fresno?
Yes.
When did they go to the national championship?
23, 24. When what Governor now, and I'm getting, I get my years mixed up. When did Coach Saban retire? 24?
20 was it 20? What 23? 23, 24 season, because the board came in 24, 25, right?
Right. Okay. So
Right.
So they went in the 23, 24 season.
Yep.
24.
24.
Yeah. So he went in 23. But you know what I'm trying to say.
Right.
There was that 23, like you said, Governor, it was that 23, 24 season.
So I know people are gonna be like, man, you're just always so negative, man. You're just negative. The problem is competition. Because I'm gonna take a different route.
Okay.
You have less. When you have less pressure on you, you tend to work a little bit different. You have a little bit more ease at you. But when you have competition and the spotlight's on you, your coaching comes into the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer, sounds like they had excellent stats. Hoorah! When you're playing down to your competition, you look excellent. When you're playing in a competition type of conference, your coach is supposed to go up, not down, right? Because that's the whole point. You got to get better. I think the problem is they don't know how to adapt to different atmospheres. You see, they were this is my opinion, y'all. You were comfortable in Fresno State and comfortable in Washington because that's the same type of atmosphere. You never got any type of pushback. Your name was lingering throughout your conference, but not worldwide. Now, both of y'all names are in the worldwide state, and everything is coming into shambles. Because were you really that good of a coach back then, or was the competition back there just beneath on what you was bringing to the table? That's just a question. I'm not saying it's true. That's just a question. Because if you look at those numbers, you're like, well, there are great coaches. Then say they're not great coaches. Because being a coach it's very hard. It's nothing that you could just wake up and, like I've said that before, you can't just wake up and be like, oh, I'm a coach. I'm a great coach. No, you got to work. You got to do your due diligence. You have to actually study your craft. Why that mindset didn't transfer over here is my question. Because the game of football changed due to acts of pace. It didn't change with X's and O's.
Right.
I need people to understand. Don't look at these numbers. Do not look at these numbers. These numbers can be great for a positive argument, or for your argument to be a positive win, or it can be bad for argument in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? The numbers are still going to be the same, but the narrative is going to change. Competition is competition. Iron sharpens iron. Here, in the standard that we put for ourselves as a team, as a university, we know the standard is. We don't have to speak on it. We know what that is. So, incoming here is where your legacy is either going to start or die.
Ooh. Say that again, Governor. Say that again for the folks in the front row.
Incoming to University of Alabama or any type of blue blood school like the Michigans, the Ohio States, the Penn States, the USCs, the Notre Dames. People don't want to say those schools. Those are blue blood schools. When you go to those schools, the Floridas, the Miamis, they have history before you got there. Your legacy is either going to start or die.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, in my opinion, chat, y'all legacy is not looking great at all. Because Piano always says, "What have you done for us lately?" Don't tell me about what you did at Fresno State. Don't tell me about what you did at Washington. Because when you came here, the narrative is you are driving a Ferrari, not a Pinto, not a Chevrolet, not a Highlander, a Ferrari. Your parts come from overseas. So why aren't y'all coaching to the level of the car that you have? You can't have a Ferrari trying to have Honda parts. It's not going to work. It's not going to work that way. The problem is the competition got tough and they stopped working on their craft. That's just what it is. It is what it is. You got comfortable where you was at, and now you're getting fans that really do care about their schools, either because they went there and graduated or because they've been a fan for over 50 years. You can't come here with the same type of play that you had at Fresno State and Washington and think it's going to work here. It's not going to work that way. This is a different culture down here. And I've said that before. The word is called culture. You can bring your own seasoning, but all that has to go into the same pot that was already started. Don't bring a new pot because it's not going to taste the same.
What's the solution?
Well, your solution is it's either you got to mix up the chefs,
Mhm.
either you're going to get rid of all the chefs or get
Mhm.
chefs that's trying to control the seasoning. So you got two options: get rid of all the chefs or get rid of certain chefs that's holding back certain seasonings.
Okay. Can I piggyback on something, Gov?
Go ahead.
Well, Gov, in that, I would also say that a certain CEO, i.e., head coach, has to become the CEO and not my best friend.
Mm. Mm.
I'm going to say that for the people in the back. It's time to maturate, and they have to realize in the SEC, just like everybody that came from another conference to here, it just means more. And it's literally the truth because the trenches is where it starts and ends. If you don't build the trenches and you're not efficient and effective in the trenches, You're not gonna succeed over in the Southeastern Conference. Period. Point blank. So when you start making your gumbo over here, remember, head coaches, you have to realize this is a little different from what you came, and you had success wherever you were. That's great, but not everything can come over here and be successful because it wasn't built to a certain standard that's necessary for objective winning in the Southeastern Conference. Go ahead, Governor.
Because we've been hearing a lot of other conferences have easier rides to the chip. I'm just gonna. I'm a, oh, they have a better way to get to the national championship because they have an easier schedule. I just want to remind people again. In 2020, what schedule did we have?
We had I'm gonna call it I call it the COVID schedule, where we just had to play 10 SEC. We had an all SEC schedule.
We had an
Bama
all
did.
schedule, right? All SEC schedule, right? Bishop likes to say this word a lot. He says the gauntlet, right? He says the gauntlet because one, he just came to the
Yep.
SEC. He knows the competition at SEC is crazy. That's one way of looking at it, a gauntlet. But he also says the gauntlet due to the fact of this season's schedule, which is tough for all SEC teams. But I do remind you, if this is the gauntlet now because of the schedule, then we already proved that we can go through the gauntlet in 2020.
Say it again in the back for the people in the back, Governor.
Okay, I'm gonna break it down again. Bishop uses the word gauntlet. He used that word for two things. This is just my opinion. He could speak on it. He used the word gauntlet because one, he's coming from the Big 12 to the SEC. That's a gauntlet in itself because you're playing SEC schedules, SEC teams every week. But now it's truly a gauntlet because you have 9 SEC games that you have to play without a conference games, with like 2 or 3 out of conference games. I already said in 2020, we already showed that we can go through the gauntlet because one, we went undefeated. 2, we beat all the SEC teams that we had to play, which we have to play now. 3, the 2 playoff teams that we played were Big Ten teams. One was Michigan, the other one was Ohio State. And mind you, the Big Ten only played 6 games that season. So
Facts.
shouldn't they have a better team? They should be more healthy and more up to speed or more prepared in winning because they had 6 less games. And they still got blown out in the SEC championship. On the national championship, I'm sorry. So don't tell me about no schedules. Don't tell me about they got an easier schedule to get there. It's harder for us. And when we went in 2020, played 10 to 11 SEC games in a row. And
So
now,
what you're saying, it can be done, but you have to have the right system in place.
no, what I'm saying is it was okay when we won. You see,
Mm-hmm.
won that season and went undefeated and beat every single team in our conference handily. I don't think there was a close game all season. See, when we won, it was okay. We bragged about we were the first SEC school to have an all SEC conference We went undefeated. We won the national championship. It was all praise. But now they have a better schedule. And it's harder for the SEC. Oh, you want to switch the narrative. See, when you're not on the other side of the fence, it's bad for college football. But when you win, you got your chest poked out while you at Walmart buying T-shirts.
Ooh,
So which one is it? You want the competition, or you just want to win to boost your ego? Because it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Your parents always say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. There's a good and there's a bad. If you're willing to put your chest out for the good, be willing to keep your chest out when it's bad.
Governor, the wife says, but hold on, JB, it was a different coaching staff back then.
oh.
Oh, here we thank you, Dwight. Thank you. Thank you for putting it out there. Different coaching staff. Was it still the same head coach? It was still the same head coach, right? So different coaching staff, you really can't say that, Dwight, because every year we've always had a different coaching staff. Did the culture change?
Uh-oh.
I don't think the culture changed, but we've always had a different coaching staff. We've seen one of our best offensive coordinators get fired before the national championship game, and we lost that year. What happened the very next year with a different coaching staff? Didn't we win the national championship game?
Bataram.
So don't
But
tell
do,
me about
but do we have
coaching
the
staff.
same type players though now, Governor?
What does the players have to do with the coaching staff?
But I'm just asking a separate question.
I know,
But don't we have different players now?
but I'm answering it. Y'all still keep walking right into this. Different players doesn't change the culture.
Okay. Well, let me ask this question then. Hold on for a minute, Governor. Let me ask this question, and this is for Bishop. I'm gonna ask this in the form of the Isaac Hayes when he did the movie Shaft theme back around
Shut your
1971.
mouth.
Who was the man that has a 32-20 record right now? Who was the man that his first year he went 6-7?
Oh, Venables.
Venables.
Yeah.
But he finished his next 2 years 10-3 and still 0-4 in bowl games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he lost the Cheez-It Bowl, the Alamo Bowl, and then he lost last year to Alabama in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
Get you.
Governor brings up an interesting point because he used the term blue bloods. And I'm looking at something that Governor has said, and I'm taking it as he would say, I'm taking it under advisement, because when you look at within the last 10 years, you've seen Bama with a head coaching change. You've seen Oklahoma with a head coaching change. You
Yeah.
saw you've seen Michigan with a head coaching change twice.
Right.
You've seen Ohio State with a head coaching change.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them that I just named, especially Ohio, well, and then you see Indiana with a head coaching change.
Yeah.
And none of them on their first, with the exception of Indiana, none of them on their first go around like fared very well. And all of them with the Michigan, because when Governor used the term blue blood, the Michigan, the Ohio State, the Michigan, Ohio State, Bama, Oklahoma, those are teams that when you associate with blue bloods, those are the schools that you associate. The only team that didn't make it back, now Bishop, don't get mad, but Governor said earlier, Nebraska. So my question is, are all blue bloods created equal?
Of course not.
Mm-mm.
And
No.
so, but they all have the same expectation.
Of course.
I see where you're driving.
They all have the same expectation because, like I said, and like I said, I'm old enough to remember. I can remember when Alabama couldn't beat Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those days. And then they kept plugging at it, and now you have 17 years of expectation, and Bama delivered. Now, like Governor said the other day, and see, because I think some people are misconstruing what Governor's saying. Governor never said that Bama went 17 years and won a championship all 17 years. No, what he's saying is the culture in 17 years and the expectation they all met. And now it looks like that it's not, that particular culture is gone, which has caused the expectation is there, but the culture is not there. Just like it happened with Ohio State, just like it happened with Michigan, just like it happened with Oklahoma, and just like it's happening to Nebraska. Nebraska hasn't been relevant since what, 1990?
1995.
And I wonder how they feel.
Oh, they're terrible. You see, when I say the word culture, some people look at culture just for a short term of span. Great cultures, you look at the long term, you look at what happened in the beginning to where you look from now. You can't cut up the culture. You have everything that came before that. So, like for example, let's use Oklahoma. We all understand that Oklahoma wasn't winning national championships.
Mm-hmm.
But we also understand that the culture there was Big 12. That was their
Yeah.
period. And end of discussion. You could we Texas fans up to they blue in the face, but they all knew in order for you to get to that next level, you had to go through Oklahoma.
Yeah. Facts.
In Michigan, that's a wing off. Ohio State is a blue blood because of the culture that came before them. Ohio State had the culture that came before the current players. Miami's culture came before the current players. That's why these type of schools, us included, we hang on to that culture. But when we're winning, we want to bring the culture in. When we're losing, we want to cut the culture off.
Go ahead.
How does that work? You can't the culture and your benefit to get players. Well, you come here, look at the winning, look at the legacy that we have, and then when they leave, oh, they didn't care about the school. What? How that work? Oh, because I didn't. Now, don't get me wrong. You got to give the fans some credit, or some type of leeway, because some guys do go to these schools because of that legacy and that culture that they had, and then they just mess everything up on themselves. Cool, that's one thing. I'll give y'all that. But on the other hand, when you get forced out, that's a different conversation. That's just a different conversation. Some of these kids actually grew up watching these schools from their hometown, and they
Facts.
be there, and they doing everything possible to be a part of that legacy and build on that. But then you also have, because all of us as fans, we don't know the insides because we're not there. But things have been coming out where we are starting to hear that people are not from this culture is trying to change the culture. But we don't want to recognize that. We looking at what they do on the field. See, what you do on the field is great, but if you're not doing everything possible to build on this culture and this legacy, that's what your concern needs to be upon.
Let me ask this: define blue blood.
I would say a winning program. I guess you got to put some bulletin points on it. A winning program.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I guess certain, I would say stars that come out of that place.
Uh-huh.
Draft picks.
I would say the draft picks,
Hmm.
the winning prestige programs,
Uh-huh.
the draft picks, the how much conversation and media you get, the attention that you get. It's like, okay, prime example, because I really don't know how to break that down for this type of segment. But I would say UCLA basketball, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
We already know the culture of that team and what they brought. You had Lou Alcindor and Bill Walton. Enough said.
John Wooden.
John Wood. Enough said.
Right.
We know history, but they're just not living up to it.
Right.
The
The
UNC,
U.
UNC basketball,
Right.
the stars that came out there, the winning prestige that they came out here, the aura that they had. I would say those blue bloods is like the aura of that program.
Right.
The ones that the people want to gravitate to. Not saying they're all better than every other school. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying on the aspect of the history that they brought into it, or the history that they built, and the aura that they still have. Like McDonald's is McDonald's, but it's not on everybody's list to go eat at now. But at the end of the day, it's still McDonald's.
Right, right, right.
Multi-billion-dollar industry.
You know what I'm saying?
That company.
It's not everybody's. Yo, let's go to McDonald's. No, I don't want McDonald's. I got other options now. That's what college football is. I have options now. But at the end of the day,
Facts.
still McDonald's.
Yep.
That's not. It's like those blue bloods are schools that aren't going to ever go anywhere.
Mhm. All right.
That's the
Okay.
guess I can make it.
Gotcha.
So now. Then what we're really saying is that you could be a blue blood, but as transition comes to your doorstep, do you need to cultivate and develop and also buy into what the culture already has been built and just add your little part to it to transition into your culture, Governor?
Um. Yes, you have to be able to come in to the times. You could,
Gotcha.
you know what I'm saying? Like McDonald's. I gotta go back there.
Hmm.
Back then, 89 cents for a Big Mac. Beautiful.
Right.
But, I mean, what? Back in our day, $5 could have got you a lot at McDonald's.
Yeah.
But then they start coming, then it's like, oh, it's too expensive. They start going to Burger King. They start going to this place. They start going to that place. What did McDonald's do? Let's go
I
with
feel you, man.
let's go
Yeah.
down to the dollar menu. Because Wendy's started coming out with the biggie bag, right?
Facts.
Okay. So since they want to come out with the biggie bag, everybody's going to go over there because it's a lot cheaper. I get more from my buck in their sense because it's cheaper. Okay. Let's go back to the dollar menu McDonald's did. Let's bring out the snack wraps. Hey, let's bring this out. Hey, let's bring this out. Let's bring they coming out with the culture and what the culture is or what the people are asking for.
Oh,
Cheaper.
adjustments.
Oh,
Okay.
adjustments. Nothing. No more basic stuff. Let's change stuff up. That's a big word. Adjustments. I like that word. Adjustments. Adapting. Mm.
Mm.
A nice word.
Well,
But let me ask a question. But don't adjustments isn't adjustments a two-way street?
In a
Like marriage, like when you go from being single to being married, don't both parties involved have to adjust?
yeah, you should because there's
You should.
more.
But let me ask this then. Okay, well, this might not be a fit. This might okay. Ooh. I'm fixing to make somebody mad here. Let me take the way Ty Simpson should have taken.
oh.
In adjustments, when one party attempts to make the adjustment and the other party doesn't attempt to make the adjustment, who suffers the most?
When one party makes the adjustment and the other party is not willing to.
Yeah.
Oh.
The, the person not willing to.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then when both sides feel that they're right in one saying one against the other, then aren't both parties now hurting, but they're hurting from two different sides because one is hurting because they're trying to cooperate, but the other is hurting because they failed to cooperate.
But he got to leave. See, when you get in a relationship, somebody has to be the leader.
Wait a minute. Didn't I say that?
Like somebody has to lead. 9 times out of 10, your significant other wants the person to lead them so they can feel secure. I'm not even going to put a gender on it. I'm just going to say that out there. But I've always said this part too, Bishop. You can have all the kids that you want. You have to know who you having kids with.
Come on now. Say that.
You can have all the kids that you want. That's your prerogative. If you're able to do the things that you need to do to take care of your kids, to take care of your relationship, whatever you got to go through, that's fine. But both parties need to know who they having kids with. Who is this person? Is this really the person I want to have kids with? Yes, I like this person's I like this person's work ethic. I like what they do for me. Adjustment is the child. So when the child comes in, did I really make the right decision of having kids with that person?
Ellen V says not all the time both parties adjust. Not all the time that both parties adjust. Sometimes there's compromise.
So like I said,
but may I ask a question? But isn't even in compromising, there still have to be adjustments.
Somebody has to lead.
And somebody has to follow. But see, here's the difference, though, gentlemen. If I might interject, and the key is really we're using terms, but actually, if we are one flesh, then I'm still an extension of you. So then it's just realizing that I am following myself and I'm leading myself because we are one. But once again, for this narrative, it still takes LOV. And in order to do that, there's going to be times that I'm going to need to lead. And there's going to be times that you're going to need to lead in this area because you're more equipped. But we are leading together. So the end result is we get the victory.
So I'm going to ask this. Excuse me, y'all. But I'm going to ask this. What's the solution at Bama now? Now, I've heard about the part about maybe this, maybe that, maybe the other. What has to be done now? There are no coaching changes. I mean, you had them, but not the ones folks was expecting, this, then the third. So now that you have what you have.
Well, let me do the outsider then. I'll be the outsider. The simple fact is, just like we did with BV, they have to be they have to be on the clock. And when I say on the clock, that you're going to be watching them to see how they have now taken this last season and can they realize the missteps and make the adjustments from that point, and can they keep moving forward and cultivate a new identity to where it could be the new Bama and a new culture. But once again, they're on the clock because understand the last game that you guys as a family saw, uh, they I think they took it for granted and they just thought they were Bama just from outside.
When it comes to a football team, you need two leaders. When it comes to any football team, you need two leaders. Your first leader is your head coach because he galvanized the team. Your second leader is your quarterback. The coach is galvanizing your team for this battle. But your quarterback is leading the team on the battlefield. I don't know if I said that right.
You're
I
right.
got you.
I understand exactly what you're
I
saying.
understand. You
I
good?
understand, and
Flow,
I
flow.
agree. I mean, the quarterback is the field general.
He's your battle-tested general. And with that statement that he made, we didn't make this. Those words didn't come out of our mouths. Okay? I can take this a different way. Ty, you might be trying to throw shade on your offensive coordinator or your head coach, regardless. That's how you feel, and that's what you said. But now I'm looking at you as you the quarterback. Did you not want to lead your teammates?
Mm.
Because
You
go ahead.
said, so my bad to cut you up, but like you said that you saw exactly what they were going to do.
Mm, mm,
You said,
mm.
you didn't say that they saw exactly what they were going to do. You said you saw exactly what they were going to do. I told you words have meaning. And the meaning that I got out of that was you just ran the play that was given to you. You didn't try to change nothing. You listen to the person that wasn't on that battlefield. Your teammates was on that battlefield with you. And from what I'm getting is you left them out to dry. That's what I got out of that.
Mm.
Have our assumptions and our frustrations with the higher ups, yes, and it's very warranted. Don't get me wrong. But now I'm looking at you though, because you are on that field. They're not calling their names when they throw a touchdown, when a touchdown pass is thrown. They're not saying their names. They're saying your name. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Ty Simpson just threw a fourth down touchdown pass to Isaiah Horton. Ty Simpson just out schemed they saying your name. So that would mean your job, even if it's a bad call, your job was to make your coach look good. And we've all seen it in all type of stages: pee-wee, high school, college, NFL. The quarterback always makes the coach look good, regardless if he hates him to the core. He knows he's on that field with his teammates. If Terrell Owens could cry for his quarterback,
That's my quarterback.
you see what he's the wide receiver. The position that you're in, Ty, oversees a lot of positions on that field, bro. You take the good, the bad, and the ugly. When you're winning, you're going to get praise. When you lose, you're going to be the one that's going to be in the spotlight. That's why the quarterback is most likely the person to speak on the podium, bro.
So now, having what we have with Alabama, okay, you don't have and when I say this, I'm not saying it in a condescending or sarcastic way.
No,
I'm saying
no.
it because it's facts. There's no field general right now. There's not a named one.
Correct.
For whatever the reason.
Yeah, correct.
I'm not in the minds of nobody there, but there's no solidified field general. There's no solidified running back. There's no solidified nothing. So with that being said, what I read this morning were those stats from Fresno State for 2 years from an offensive perspective. I just want to know from Bishop and Governor's standpoint, and from the way I just framed it, looking at where we just came from, 11-4, and like Governor said, 11-4, honest to goodness, is not bad when you look at it. It's how the 11-4 arrived. Or I guess I'm saying, am I saying that right, Governor? It's how we arrived at the 11-4.
How we derived, yeah. How did you progress throughout the season, and what what foundation did you lay that as you were playing those games that somebody could gather in film session is really what you're trying to get at.
Yeah, and those 4 losses, Governor, today's Tuesday. Governor said something. I don't know if it was yesterday. I can't remember, but Governor made a precise statement. I was trying to remember. He said it was how those 4 losses looked. All 4 of those losses looked. 3 of them were blowouts.
Yeah.
One of them came because of special teams. Yeah. So
Florida State.
The Florida State was the blowout. Oklahoma was Florida State, Georgia, Indiana were blowouts.
All blowouts.
The Oklahoma game, the first one, was because of a missed field goal. Special teams. But then along the way, even in the wins, even in the 11 wins, there was nothing that we could hang our hat on to say we literally blew them out. Like we could really be comfortable and play Austin Mack or play Keelan Russell or however that would go. There was really nothing, and that's not being negative. That's being factual.
Illinois State.
The Eastern Illinois.
Yeah, Eastern Illinois.
You know, where it took you 3 downs. 3 downs. I'm sitting right there in the end zone where it happened. I'm looking at them like this, Governor. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the offensive set. Still have it in my phone. Still look at it. And it took 3 downs. All I want to know is, building from there, what is going to be the solution, provided that Alabama's going to be young this year, especially on offense. It's going to be young. No veteran.
I got a theory, but
on the O-line. So
yeah.
What's going to be the solution? Because, well, let me not say that. Let me say that for another show. But what, Governor, what, Bishop, the solution?
Well, the players are handcuffed. The players are handcuffed. And the reason why I say that is because we had coaches say we were too aggressive.
Ooh.
So how much blame can you really put on the players when they're telling you that you're too aggressive? So you're handcuffed. You really can't explore your anger on the battlefield, which is crazy. We're on a battlefield and you're telling me to keep in my emotions. That's just ultimate. For a certain position, how you going to tell that group of guys to keep in your emotions when we're on a battlefield? That's just wild to me. You do what I say, not what I do. Okay. You want to run this stupid play? Let's run this stupid play then. Why he not, us fans, we don't know. Why are you running this play? Because he told me to. Why not check? Because he told me not to. You're telling us, do as I say, not what I
do. So now, take it from someone that had to adapt and had to stand on business. After in 2024, we did not have the season we wanted, and our fan base we were hot. The say that BV, Brent Venables, was on the clock, and his coaching staff. They had to answer the bell. Well, the only way he can answer it is he had to come out and say, I was accountable. I didn't make the right decisions. It's on me. I'm the head coach. That started the first accountability. Then he started holding his coaching staff and saying that Jim Nagy came out and said, I cannot retain people that don't have development. That's the second piece. So now we're starting to build the character of the team, because now we're holding people accountable and letting the coaches know, hello, you were brought here to develop these young men so we can progress them and have them prepared for the NFL. In order to do that, you still have to do your job. Even if they're freshmen or sophomores, you still have to develop. You got to set up some type of regimen. So once again, it goes back to what is their foundation that they're trying to achieve?
I ain't get this one, Bishop. I got this one.
Gotcha.
Because I love to hear when people say, it's the Tide or nothing.
Uh-oh.
I'm with Alabama regardless. I understand that. So I just have a question. Your child is 18, about to go to college. He's playing football. Would you send your child to Alabama? If you want your child, now mind you, it's a tricky question because off rip, hell yeah, I want them to go to Alabama because you want to go to Alabama. Is it really the benefit of your kid or for you? You see, when it's the benefit of you saying that your child went to Alabama, is it really good that your child goes to Alabama for 4 years and don't touch the field? Or your child comes home very miserable, saying a lot of things that's happening that you don't know about until you finally hear it from your child? Now, mind you, this is your child now. Take your fandom out. This is your child.
Mm. You just hit different right there.
This is your child. You're no longer a fan. Now you're looking for the benefit of your kid and the success that you want to see them have. Yes, they're at your favorite school, but if they're not progressing to where they want to go in their life, would you have them go to Alabama? If the
If
answer
they're
is
not progressing, I mean, okay, that progressing thing goes two ways too. Are they not progressing because something they're not grasping, or are they not progressing because they're not being developed to progress?
And they're
or
not the favorite. Oh, my bad.
or they only went there because you wanted them to go there.
Ooh, you almost made me say something right there. Well, shoot, this is my show.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say it then. It's almost like an arranged marriage.
Exactly. Do you want your kid to go there because you support that team? Or is it really the benefit of your kid? Key word, your kid, your child. Because also with that same question, P, your kid, you could be at the practice and you see your child being the best player out there. If your child ain't touching the field,
Mm.
how how you gonna start the field now? Now, mind you, it's still your favorite school, but your child is being overlooked by the buddy system.
Oh, he's too aggressive.
You still want your child to stay at Alabama?
If my child at that point there, at that point now, that's going to depend on now. I'm going to say this, and I'm not being diplomatic when I say it, but at that point, if that parent doesn't is seeing that, but still wants them to stay there because of whatever, that's the selfishness of the parent, and then that's the wow.
Yeah.
And it's a word I want to use, but Governor, I don't know if I would be right in using it because I I I, I don't want. Well, I'll say it.
Go
Then
ahead.
it shows that this child really doesn't have a respect for the parent, but there's a fear that they have.
Mm-hmm.
There's
They
a
don't.
fear. And if you do things out of fear and not respect, then it actually makes the most important party in it ineffective. And that's the kid.
There you go. Because
I'm just saying, because it's like what I use and I hear it all the time. Well, mama, the only reason I did it is because you kept harping on it and you kept harping on it. If they're not happy, because whatever may be going on, And even if everything is going right, Governor, but if that's not where they want to be, it's not do it. Nobody's being helped.
But that's what I'm saying. I know there's a lot of variables and a lot of things that goes along with my statement.
Yeah, yeah.
So I get that. I
But
understand.
Governor, but you're being but Governor, even though it's a lot of variables, sir, but the variables from the way that you're putting it, it's not that hard, because it's a form of selfishness on the parent part. Would you send your kid to Alabama if you knew that they were going to be capable of playing this, that, and the third? You get there or however that goes, and your child comes back and tell you, well, Mom, Dad, I'm not seeing the field much, whatever, and I know that I can play, blah, 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 blah. Me personally, I would just say, okay, well, let's look at some more options. That's the first thing I would say, because I'm putting my selfishness aside.
But that's really what I'm saying. It's a lot of, it's Bama or nothing. We Bama do not put the Crimson Tide. Forget you. I understand that aspect. But then you got to understand, when you have a kid, when you have your child, see, it hits different when it doesn't affect you. See, when it's not affecting you, you can say anything that you want. That's why I put the phrase of, if you had a child, girl, boy, whatever pronouns that they use in today, and they're at your favorite school, but then you come back and hear from your kid how unhappy they are, what do you do?
You listen to your kid.
You should
listen
to your kid. But when you start hearing things about the university that you love in a negative light that you've never heard before, it hits different for you. You're like, well, hey, hold on. This is my university that I love, and I take it to the grave, yes. But now I'm hearing things. I'm hearing certain things that I never thought I would hear because it's my university. That should never happen here, or I would believe that it will never happen here. And you hearing it's happening. Would you want your kid to continue attending that school? Would you have the same love for that school? I'm saying things for a reason. It's not to deter you and not to persuade you or anything. I'm saying certain things for a reason, because of the certain comments that we see on a daily basis. There's a lot of things that are coming out, and there's a lot of things that's being said that people aren't really paying attention to. There's something going on since 2024 till now that are causing young men on this football team to not want to be here anymore. It's not because of the lack of development. It's not because they don't have the talent. There's something else going on in this university that's causing these young men, to not want to play here no more.
So with all of that, though, still what's going to be, as far as this 26-27 season goes, as of April 21st, and we know it's a long way between now and fall camp. So what's the solution? Like I said, when I read off all of this, and we've all been talking about run the football, run the football, run the football, and coupled with everything that we have, and I just read that in 2 years at Fresno, 127 yards per game rushing the football, and did all those other things. Now, with all of these things being considered, what's the solution? Seeing what we went in 11-4 last year, and again, Governor, I made this your day, sir, because something else you said. You said this back in December, I think, December, January, however that went. Alabama went 11-4 into the playoffs with virtually no running game.
Yeah, very impressive.
That's impressive. That's impressive as all get out. And then Governor, and you too, Bishop, it was the defense.
Yep.
That got you, Alabama, those 11 wins. Yes, the offense played their part, but that part was very, very small compared to what the defense did for you. So now, Governor, now, Bishop, how do we change the narrative?
Well, if Governor would allow me,
go ahead, Bishop.
You got to tell the truth. You got to tell the truth, and then you got to answer that tough question with the right answer. Because the only way I can attack something and now becomes my strength is to acknowledge that I missed the mark, and then I go attack it by either I change, or we change, or we all change. But the bottom line is you can't keep going forward with the same vehicle, because everybody got enough game film to where they will expose you throughout the season now.
Oh man, see, P think he's slick, bro.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He would think he'd be slick. So,
oh no, because I told y'all from the jump. I said I'm gonna ask a series of questions. No one knows the question, but I knew y'all had the answer because we've talked about this before. But the one thing that I didn't give y'all were the stats. Yeah. The stats was what threw me off, Bishop, the Governor. The stats, that's what threw me off. Because when KB and I were talking, I said, say what?
I got it.
And when I go and I look these stats up, I said, huh? What I did to JP. What are we talking about here?
But
okay, go ahead.
So it's like when you bring up the stats, right? We've had this conversation in the Discord 2 years ago. You brought up stats in Washington. In Washington, the running back ran for 1,000 yards, bro.
Facts.
He ran for 1,000 yards. Facts. On one leg, he ran for 1,000. Was that really the offensive coordinator and the head coach doing that, or was that the lack of competition? I know I'm saying this. I know I'm saying bringing up competition and everything like that, but I gotta call a spade a spade. Was it really their offense of genius galvanizing this team to go to where they went, or was it the competition that they were playing against that cruised them by? That hid their differences or their lack thereof. Because as you can see in the national championship game, that same offense who won the first round wasn't the same offense in the national championship. It was a lot harder. They weren't scoring at willy-nilly. At Fresno State, there was no type of pressure on you. You just went out there and played. You had your game plan. You went out there and played. When you got here, though, all the lights are on you. Now, Nick Saban retired. You replacing Nick Saban is, that's a big time thing. I get it. So that's a lot of pressure on you. And we actually credit him for Katie taking that job. You have to give him credit for that. That's a no-brainer. You have to give him credit for coming up to the plate and taking that position. Because any person taking that position, that was going to be an uphill battle for anybody. I don't give a damn who it was. It could have been Bill Belichick. You had to live up to the Saban standard and what we saw in 17 years. That's just a fact. Okay, cool. But now you're here. We gave you that one off. We're going to give you that one off. Last year is the reason why we're really dissecting this staff. This past season is what really why we're dissecting this staff. Because KD, the excuse that we was giving you was that you didn't have your right-hand man. That was the excuse.
Mhm.
That was the pass, not excuse. I'm using the wrong words. That was the pass we gave you. You didn't have your right-hand man. Your right-hand man now came, though. And we dropped from averaging 40 points with Nick Sheridan.
Mm-mm.
If y'all don't believe me, y'all can look it up. Nick Sheridan, the first year KD coached. Nick Sheridan, this is his first time as an OC. He's a quarterbacks coach. We averaged 40 points.
And Governor, may I add, with a not so good O-line.
With a not so good O-line, we averaged 40 points.
With a not so good O-line. Just had to throw that one in there, Governor, because and you know why. You know why I said that.
We averaged 40 points with Jalen Milroe. The guy that a lot of people did not want to have play. Now we got the quarterback that everybody was praising for to start. And you got your guy as the offensive coordinator. And we went from 40 points to 20-something.
26.7.
I'm sorry, 26. So who's the problem? Was it the players? They didn't have enough production? But last time I checked, these same players on last year's team were there the year before. And didn't they give you production? Same players. It's the same players. Those players that just now left after this season. They were there 2 seasons ago, averaging 40 without your guy.
So putting this in the word, like in the words of the late great Kobe Bryant, who used to love to say this, that the numbers don't lie. In other words, 2 touchdowns came off the board.
Yeah.
Or more.
And can I add this little caveat, P and Governor?
Go ahead.
Realize you had 2 outlier games that you scored 56 and 73. If you take that out, that 56 and 73, and you do up the points, you'll find your answer.
Now something wasn't calculating. In the words of a musician friend of mine, something wasn't stirring in the Kool-Aid for you to that you became 14 points worse than you were the previous year.
The math ain't mathing, bro.
The math is not mathing.
And then let me ask you guys a question in the chat, because I know you guys are well astute with the game. How many times did the defense come through to where they stopped the momentum of somebody that was on a drive?
My last season?
Yep.
I would say 9 out of the 12 games.
Governor, you said 9 out of 12?
I would say 9 out of the 12 games.
9 out of 12. Okay.
Yeah. Eastern Illinois, Mercer, Wisconsin. Everything else, the defense won the game.
Oh, okay. You mean ULM? We didn't.
Oh,
Wait,
ULM.
ULM.
Those three.
But Governor, but you remember, I also said you have to give the defense the credit even in the ULM game because they shut them out.
Yep. Only 3 games last season we won handedly, or you say that we won. It was like, yeah, we took over that game offensively. All the other games, any game that we won after that, you couldn't really put your head on a hat on that one. You were most of the games that we damn near all the games that we won last year. You can easily say you were happy to just walk out of the damn stadium with a W. I don't know if I'm wrong. I'll ask the chat. Because LSU, we were happy we walked out. Vanderbilt, happy we walked out.
Wait a minute. Back up, Governor. You moving too fast, bro. You moving too fast. Because I'm gonna throw some. Is it all right for me to add a little bit more spice to that, Gumbo?
Okay, you go.
You said the LSU game, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you barely walked out, and Nussmeier wasn't playing.
He wasn't even playing.
Ooh.
He wasn't even playing.
And watch this. Governor. Ooh, see, this is why I love wholesome conversation that we can just talk mind to mind. You know, no hollering, no disrespect. You can bounce ideas and bounce off facts with each other. Not only was Nussmeier not playing, Nussmeier wasn't even dressed out.
Wasn't most of their defense out?
Some of them, a couple of them. There were issues on that team.
They had 8 players out on D.
Say that again, sir.
They had 8 players out on D.
And we barely won.
And watch this. And Brian Kelly was a lame duck coach. Remember it? No, he was out. He was gone.
Yeah, he wasn't in coaching.
He wasn't
coaching. Frank Wilson.
Yeah. And we struggled in that game.
That's
the truth.
LSU, Vanderbilt, South Carolina, Missouri, Georgia, Auburn, Oklahoma. We lost the regular season. We lost that game. But what other win on that schedule did you say that we actually weren't scared of losing? Or not saying of losing because we won, but wasn't happy that we're walking out of the stadium with a W. What game? Chat, what game? But you're going to tell me that this season we going undefeated? What? What? What are we talking about here? Be realistic with yourself. Seriously. I understand the Bama pride. That's great. Yes, hold on to it. But the diabolical villain eyes that y'all have is crazy. We're not going to lose to Vanderbilt. How dare you say we lose to Vanderbilt? Didn't we just lose 2 years ago? Didn't we just barely beat them last year? With the quarterback that y'all were begging to have start? Get rid of all the Nick Saban guys. Isn't Ty Simpson a Nick Saban guy? I'm confused. Don't keep switching the damn narrative so we can try to have an argument. We don't have no argument this season. We haven't had an argument in the last couple of seasons. We have just been skating by on the Alabama legacy. I said it. I said it. You got teams like UCF looking at y'all like, we ain't scared of y'all. UCF is saying this. We barely beat South Florida, bro. Did y'all forget that?
2 years in a row.
South Florida. Shit, I'm scared to face Duke. If you're gonna say that. But we don't deserve to be on any type of pedestal at all. We have to build that back up. Because if it was me, if I had sons that were playing on the offensive side of the ball, they would not go to Alabama. Not at all. Defense, maybe. If they were playing defense, maybe. They better not play that D line.
Hey, Trent Simpson is there now.
But for how long? Those are questions I got to ask. How long is he going to be there? And if he is there, how much pull does he have?
Ooh, ouch. Ouch. Touche.
How much pull does he really have? Would he have a say-so? Would he get told that you're being too aggressive?
Not on defense, he won't.
What? He won't have no type of say-so on defense?
Is Freddie Roach still there?
Yeah, see, what I'm saying, he won't be told he's too aggressive, not on defense.
Oh, yeah.
He won't be told that one. That's not where the argument gonna lie. The argument gonna lie on the other side of the ball, and how long will Coach Clem be there?
You see, I like this comment. The fans in the chat just want the best for the team. What are you talking about? Well, if you want what's best for the teams, then you need to start talking about what's wrong with the team. That's how you find out what's best for the team.
And can I add this little caveat? Do you see the double teams that we were splitting at Oklahoma? That's Trent.
But Trent also got his knowledge from a defensive coach.
Yeah, that's true.
Guru defensive coach.
Oh well, that's still to be determined. But Bates, Chavis,
To be determined. How dare you say that? You got a D lineman, you got a linebacker coach coaching the D line.
Oh, my bad. My bad. You right.
Nothing wrong with that one, though, Governor. I mean, I see what you're saying, but they can. You're coaching defense, and even though it might not be what he played, he can still have a knowledge of what's going on the D line. I know I did when I played. I knew what the D line was supposed to be doing.
But do you get everything out of him coaching the? Okay, I'm not to cut you off, Bishop, but okay.
Go ahead.
If you have Derek Jeter, right, coaching on your baseball team, would you want Derek Jeter to coach the third baseman?
I want Derek Jeter to manage my team.
That's not the question.
The question, but I made that my answer. No, because I would want him, because he's the captain. He knows what everybody's supposed to be doing. So I wouldn't want him just regulated to third base. I want Derek in the dugout, seeing the whole field.
Okay. So if you're going to say that, then why is our defensive coach who played linebacker coaching the defensive line?
I don't know, but I don't see a problem with it.
I I see
P,
a lot of problems with that.
P,
Because
hold on.
go ahead,
P,
go ahead.
the
Okay, well,
senior.
wait a minute. So since we're going that route, why do we have a former running back coaching the wideouts?
That's the problem.
Now, P, now, how you gonna this? You gonna double dutch me? Now, P, what did you say at the Senior Bowl? What was transitioning?
Wasn't
And
being developed. The developmental was not there from one side to the next. When one dude didn't know how to run one drill, the same drill from a different side.
what university did they come from?
Bama.
Oh, there you go. That's your answer. That's the development. That's what our guys are getting developed right there. You got people coaching. I'm not going to get the best out of Freddie Roach. You're just not going to get the best out of him because he's coaching out of position. Wouldn't I want a player who played at that university at a certain position to coach that position because he was great at his position?
Sometimes it don't work out that way. See what Ken the Bama fan, Belichick didn't play in the NFL, and look what happened to him.
He is a coach.
Yeah, but isn't Freddie Roach a coach?
Did Nick Saban play in the NFL? Did
He
Nick
I mean,
Saban
coached.
play in the NFL?
No,
but he
he
coached.
coached.
He coached, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you're telling me is that comment right here, Belichick didn't play in the NFL, but look what he did. Neither did Nick Saban.
Yeah, but you just said that why would Freddie Roach,
Hold
who
on.
played linebacker, coach the okay. So let me ask this. I'm
about
gonna
to
throw
kill
this.
it.
I'm putting all the Zataran in. So should Marvin Constant be the linebackers coach?
Why? When you have a linebacker coach on the staff coaching the wrong position, you have a linebacker.
So Freddie Roach should be coaching the linebackers and someone else coaching the D line.
Didn't I just say that?
I'm on. That's what I'm asking. That's what
Yeah,
you're saying, right?
yeah. Don't you get the best out of? Why would I want my linebackers who played linebacker coach the D line? Wouldn't you get the best out of him if he coaches the position he played?
So with that coming with that particular logic, so let me throw it all in there now. So we've got Derek Nix, who's a former running back at USM, coaching the wideouts. Robert Gillespie, who was a running back at Florida, coaching the running backs and everything. So, and then you got Freddie Roach, who was a former linebacker, coaching the D line. Okay, and I guess so. I guess I'm gonna ask the question now. So, with all of that being said, Governor, what record do you see?
No, I got one more question before you ask me that.
Okay,
Nick Saban played what in football?
DB,
What
DB,
what did he coach?
DBs. That was his specialty.
So a person that played the position coached that position, right?
Right.
Right.
There's only one position. There's only one position. When Nick Saban was the head coach, there's only one position where freshmen started if they were good. What position was that?
Wait, ask that again. 'Cause I was looking at something in the chat.
I
Ask
said
that again, Governor.
there's only one position that when Nick Saban was the head coach of University of Alabama, if freshmen started, what position was that?
Wide receiver.
No,
DB.
DBs.
DB.
Oh, that's right. DBs.
DB.
So the person that played that position got one-on-one
Ooh.
coaches, got one-on-one coaching with the person that played that position was DBs. Why? I'm just asking. I'm not saying that their philosophy is completely wrong. It's just bothersome to me. I can't get the best out of my players if I have a coach who played a position coaching a different position. I'm not going to bring Warren Sapp to my school who played D lineman to coach linebackers.
But but it goes back to like what you said though. People just do things differently, Governor. I mean, we know you wouldn't.
That's just
I
weird.
probably wouldn't either. But for whatever the reason they do it, they do it.
That's just weird to me. I'm not going to get the best out of my players or develop the players, and I'm coaching in a completely different position that I never played. Don't till the, now you put in if I'm looking at it right, now you putting more pressure on the coach because now he has to learn this position here effectively and then now teach it to the guys coming in.
As the world, Saban played quarterback, I believe, in high school, but when he got to college, he was a DB.
Played DB, bro. He went to Kent State.
He played DB and in college.
Look,
Now
bro.
he probably still had knowledge of the position at the next level, but that's not what he was known for.
He
But
played.
you know what? It didn't. If I gather and understand, remember, you guys, I grace me. You got to get grace card me. But if he's coaching that position, now he had success with Saban, would we say Freddie Roach, correct? Because they were getting all of at that time, you had a tradition and a culture built to where you had enough foundational and enough winning culture that people wanted to go there. So you were getting a top D lineman, correct?
Right.
Mhm.
So
And then the other part of that, Bishop. Now, when you don't, I'm gonna tell you like my best friend says, don't just leave that dangling out there like that, because see, you're making a really a great statement right there. You used the word foundational, and
I
we
know.
know what Coach Saban was all about.
P P
Foundation.
P P P P. I got you, P. I got you, P. I
So
got
you
you.
know, yeah.
I got you,
Just
P.
thought I'd throw that in there because
All right.
you're
Hey,
making
yeah, you trying
an
to throw
excellent point.
that around. All right, check this out. What I was saying is that it was fine and dandy when you were winning because everything was flowing. And so you were getting certain entities that their level was already at such a level that he didn't have to add much. But now in this new dispensation, you have to develop a lot of what's coming in. And in order to do that, you can't just be basic. You have to adjust. That's all I was gonna say, P. And I feel that Freddie, he was good in a certain dispensation because what was operating at that time, he could plug in. In this new dispensation, since there's a lot of parity, it's really calling him to actually develop young men, and he might be a little rusty.
A little rusty.
Okay, a little fun right there. I do a little fun now.
You put, and I guess with my statement, I got to take a step back. I got to look in hindsight. I got to be fair. if I'm going to come at Freddie Roach and the lack of development of the position that he's coaching, I have to be reasonable on y'all have this man coaching a position that he never played.
Right.
So he's still learning. How can he help develop at a fast rate for our guys to be in better positions when the season starts if he's still learning the position?
How long? Well, Governor, how long he been there?
And we see the results. I didn't want to say that.
see, you made my point for me. Mm-hmm.
How long you been there?
I
And
didn't want
and
to say it.
and, and if that was the case, then I'm gonna say it like this: then why did Coach Saban put him there?
Hey, didn't want to say it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Since Saban did put him there, now they gotta go both ways now. If we're gonna talk about players not grasping it, Freddie, you've been around this man for quite a while. What have you been doing? What have you been doing?
Bishop, quit
I bet.
whistling going by the graveyard. Done told you about that. You whistling going by the graveyard again. Just look straight ahead.
Yeah. I bat around.
But as the world, Nick played safety, bro.
Like, what is he talking about, bro?
He played safety. He was a known DB.
Like,
He
what
played
is he
quarterback in high school, but he played safety at Kent. He did.
What is he
He
talking?
really did.
Does he know his coach?
He's a DB.
Does he know it? Like this is on record. Nick Saban is playing out. He played at Kent State at DB.
He
Because
played as a DB.
Coaching the
defensive back.
DBs in practice. You see this man coaching on A-Day, the DBs. What are we talking about?
Hard coaching.
And what was the y'all know I'm bad with names. Governor Bishop, what was the name of the guy? He moved him from wide out to DB because he said he will make a better DB, and he said, please trust him on this.
Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs. Yeah.
Trayvon
Diggs.
The Stephon was wide receiver. That was his brother, bro. Like, what is you talking about?
And he moved him. And Diggs tells that story to this day that he has thanked Coach Saban for seeing that. He said he called him in his office and told him, he said, I'm about to do something. I'm going to move you from wide out to defensive back. He said, I know you're going to get upset, but you're going to thank me later. Diggs started the transfer. His brother talked him out of it and told him to play. And look who's at the top of he's at the top of the food chain. So when I said all of that and did all of that to get everybody to see that when like what Governor's saying, what he's basically saying, when you know a position and you know it like the back of your hand and everything, you can develop them and move them to the next level with ease. They will come looking for you.
Jim Harbaugh played quarterback. What do you think he coached when he got to Michigan? Didn't he coach the quarterbacks?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, bro? What all I'm saying is, in order for this team to get the proper development, you have to have coaches in the proper positions. We don't have that. It is what it is. So stop telling me, well, the people in the chat want what's best for the team. If you want what's best for the team, then you need to start pulling out the stuff that's not going good for the team. Coaching. It starts with coaching. If you don't have the proper coaches in the right positions, how do you expect your team to flourish?
But I do have to add this caveat. Y'all did hire Trent Simpson. So that's a start. Got to give them their kudos. Now, will he be able to be implemented? That's up in the air.
You can't be good if you coach. You better know all positions. No, no, that doesn't apply to everybody. The head coach is supposed to know all the positions because he's putting the pieces out there on the field. But my special team coach ain't gonna know about a DB coach. Is that what you're telling me? My special teams coach knows DBs. My running back coach knows how to coach the safeties. If that's the case, then why am I having you labeled as a running backs coach? What? Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? What am I talking about? What are y'all talking about? What? Like what? What? Bishop? Am I confused, Bishop?
I'm right here.
Am I tripping?
No, you ain't tripping. Yeah, you got a good bowl of gumbo going, and the Zataran is the chat.
It doesn't make that makes no sense to me. That makes no sense. How can I know all the positions at once? Because if that's the case, who you coaching? If you know all the positions, who you have time to develop? If you trying to coach everybody, who you developing?
So, what I would say is that I believe.
I'm a
Now,
teacher.
understand,
All
you
the
can't
option.
coach all the positions.
Like
You
what?
so
You're a teacher, Bishop, but you should know all the Damn, I'm losing my whole brain right now. You should know all everything that you're supposed to be teaching. If you're an English teacher, you should know science. You should know
all right.
how the
If
hell
you're a
that's
coach, if you a coach, you better know. Oh no, no, no.
teachers are coaches.
Here's what I would caveat. The bottom line is the reason why position coaches are important and that they need to bring something to the table is that they have to develop. And right now, there's some questions that need to be answered. We agree. We all at least can agree why someone was hired to the D line because it had gotten stalemated, and everything was documented when certain entities went to the Senior Bowl. P was right there on the spot when it was going on. So, with that said, okay, so you got that. Still yet, what does that have to do with offense?
Damn thing.
And then ask yourself, is are our coaches willing to dress the elephant in the room? What was the decision making or what was the preference of not uh cluing in to where the stretch play was working? And why would we go away from it in a game that we desperately needed points and needed momentum to shift back to us? Chat, help me pacificate that. How can we wrap our minds around that and be okay in that moment?
It was the players' fault. I'm gonna start being like the chat. It's the players' fault. Blame the players. Just
Well,
blame them.
yeah, that's fine and dandy, but who sends into place? Oh, the players send into place, right? Or
Right.
am I now understand we educated folks and we have knowledge of the game, ask yourself when that call is sent in and predicated on how well you trust your quarterback, does he have the capabilities of audible in case he sees a different defense that goes against that play?
Nope. Just run the play I gave you.
Then, if if what governor is in play, then it falls on the coaching, because in said game with the University of Oklahoma, you had the answer, but in the next said game, you couldn't. You're telling me they did something so off the chart that it warrants you only 3 points?
It's NIL's fault.
Oh, so NIL plays the game.
Yep. It's their fault. We don't have enough money to get the best players, so it's NIL's fault.
No, wait, whoa. That's a. I'm so glad you went there. Thank you. But wait a minute. Indiana is 3-star U.
Mm.
So what we're really talking about?
I'm telling you, I'm the chat today.
I know you are.
We got to
Keep going.
get rid of all the Nick Saban guys. They're the reason.
Hold up. So you get a hold of someone that has the foundational roots of what a championship is and the work ethic, or do you understand you have leadership and that you cultivate that leadership by putting them out there in a position to lead? Or was it a missed opportunity? Chat,
Nope.
once again, it's on you.
No, you're wrong, Bishop. Nope.
Okay.
Players don't appreciate having a full ride to go to school.
Oh, so now we to making that assumption. Well, great. Just remind you, in order to make it in the NFL, character does play a part, and how you go through the college years is important in spite of who you play for.
Nope.
Period, point blank.
Nope, that's not it, Bishop, because the Big Ten got an easier conference.
Oh, the Big Ten. When do we all of a sudden allow another conference to dictate who we are and our foundation and what we have built?
Greg Sankey is the reason. He's the reason.
He did get duped in all this foolishness,
I
didn't
can't hear you.
Okay. Touche, chat. Touche. You might have caught me there, but once again, if we're in a fire test, then you're right in the right place, but you just got to make the right choice. What 10 toes are you going to stand on? Are you going to stand on that you realize there are some things that you have seen that need to change, and that you hold each other accountable so that this coaching staff knows that, hey, we're going to be watching you. And as long as you make those changes, we should be ready to rock and roll. But once again, it's predicated on that. But go ahead. What else they got?
Stuff. Why you always bringing up negative stuff? You're not a real Bama fan.
Oh, so you're gonna shoot off my pinky toe?
You're not a real fan.
So hold on. Was I a real fan when Saban was doing all his winning and we were pulling together? Was I there through the thick and thin when we had those tough losses as well as those great wins? See, you cannot, when you're in a fire test, it does not change the character of the individual in that fire test. It just draws out what needs to be answered at that point. And if you're willing to answer the tough question, you will be promoted and you will have the season that you're looking for. Go ahead.
No, because they're not being productive then. Now they were productive back then.
Oh, so they're not being productive like that, huh?
Nope.
So let me ask a question. If it's production, and we broke it down to its simplest denomination, then ask yourself, whose fault is it?
It's the players, man. I already told you. They don't care no more. They don't care about the legacy no more. They don't want to be here. They're just chasing the bag. They're not going to class. They're not doing anything in the workouts. They want to be on TikTok. It's their fault.
Oh, so you're telling me that you got players that came to Bama, chose Bama, and Bama chose them, and you can't build a bridge and fill the gap and become one?
No,
because
can I ask a question?
Go ahead. Ask a question. Check.
Because you know
Hold on,
what?
I'm gonna come back because I can't hear you, P. Hold on.
Okay. I'm gonna wait on Governor to come back. Y'all, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. It just went out on me. All the devices just like shut down, you know.
Yeah, we know. Go ahead, Lord. Go ahead.
But here we go. Let me put Governor back in. Oh, here we go.
Now, chat. Now let me know. Hey, keep firing, because see, the key is understanding every objective that you could throw out, you already have the answer. Go ahead, P.
Okay,
They're back. Can you hear us, Governor?
Yeah,
can you hear me, Governor?
I can hear you.
Okay. Well, since the subject of NIL was brought up, well, maybe the lack of play came because somebody was jealous of another player's NIL, and maybe they're saying, well, shoot, if he can get it, he don't need me out there.
Well, I'm a yield to Governor on that.
Is jealousy running this thing?
Well, let me ask a question. Is it? You're the chat.
Is jealousy, chat, a part of this thing? Is somebody jealous of another person on the team? And so, one star is saying, well, I thought, I don't know. I'm just asking a question because at some point or another, since Governor kind of said this earlier, but he didn't want to use the word, I'm going to use it. At some point or another, the excuses have got to stop.
Those are our excuses, P. That's real life. You always want to bring up the negative. Give him a chance.
And I mean, I know he's just only been there 2 years, just like Venables was only that was his third year, right? Bishop.
Yeah, he's on his fifth year. He's on his fifth year right now.
See, so and we understand, and we got it. We understand, but we're addressing it all the way around because yes, we went 11-4, but I got to stand with Governor. We're looking at how we arrived at this 11-4. It just did not look good. That's all we're saying. It didn't look good.
And not only that, let's be honest. If you carry that same format or that same scheme into 2026, will you be able to make the playoffs in your truest assessment? Ask yourself.
We're gonna be a young team this year, so
Coach
I'm just kind of getting us ready. Okay, I got to do this. It's the one. See, he thought he was being slick. See, I know what the business was when I saw him come up in the room, that governor. He come up in there talking about the dark one. And then you fooled around and had them all famous letters out there, KDT, however that go, and everything. It's Coach Carl, everybody. It's the dark one. It's the illuminated one. It's the wannabe Darth Vader. What's up, Coach?
Not much, man.
What you
I,
got to say, Coach?
I call in so I can give Governor my reason for my comment. As a coach, if you're a defensive coach or offensive coach, if you ever want to be, and Bishop should have been able to explain that to you, saying he was a defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
You can't never be a defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator. You don't know how to coach every single position on that offense or that defense. You better have been through that fire on every single position
Facts.
on that offensive line, all the way back to the quarterback. If you never coached it, you can't call it.
Right.
If you don't never study it, you can't call defenses. You look like a damn fool out there. K. Walmaker look like a damn fool out there calling plays and don't know what the defensive back is supposed to do on the play. If he got to turn around and ask somebody, hey, Coach Mo, but what they in the right position, he gonna look like a damn fool. He'll been fired the first week. That's why everybody liked Jeremy Pruitt. Jeremy Pruitt started in high school as a defensive line coach. Then he moved back to linebackers. When it
Yep.
came to Nick Saban put him in the backfield, back there with him and trained on the defensive backside. Then he moved him back to the defensive linebackers. In the third year, he made him defensive coordinator because he knew every single position on the defense. I need to know what my defensive line doing every single snap. I should be able to look at my D line and say, oh no, hell no, he in the wrong spot. Get him out of. Or
Facts.
my corner's supposed to be playing zone here, but he bailing out in coverage. He playing man. Get him out of. He don't know what he doing. Because if you don't know what the defensive back's supposed to do, if you got a defensive coach over there and he running drills that don't predicate on how your defense is ran, you should be watching that defensive back coach like, oh no, coach, we run this and we run that. This is drill that we do over here. Like we do this way and this and that. Because if you don't know it, you don't know what is right or wrong. So as a coach, if you move from the defense side to the offensive side, you better know the offensive side. As a defensive back coach, you better be a wide receivers coach.
So
It,
you have
it,
to
it,
have
it, it,
a
it,
working knowledge. I agree
yeah,
with you.
you have
You've
to have
got
a
to.
knowledge of every single thing
Yeah,
that
I agree.
goes on around you because defensive backs only focus on DBs and you don't know what routes they are running back. Basically the running backs and the wide receiver tight ends are running, then you don't know how to coach DBs. That's why I don't have a problem with Derrick Nix being a wide receiver, running back, coming over the side, coaching that wide receiver. Or he played DB, coming over to coach wide receiver because as a DB, all you do day in and day out is study wide receivers. That's it. All you do is study wide receivers. Now you get an advantage of a DB at coaching wide receivers because now this DB knows what defensive backs are looking for in wide receivers. So you can start game planning on your knowledge as a DB on how to beat DBs and vice versa, man. So when it comes down to just knowing the knowledge of football, like all of us sitting out here in Piano Man group chat, all us on Piano Man channel, all us gumbo shares, we can look at a football field and see when a defensive back is lined up wrong. All of us. And most of them never played the game, never coached the game. You go, oh, he lined up wrong. And he's supposed to be he's supposed to be on shade on the inside, and he's supposed to be on the outside. You can tell when they lined up wrong, according to how the offense ran. Offense set up in 3-by-1. So you look over, okay, they in 3-by-1. Why did guy here standing on the inside? Because 3-by-1, he should be on the cornerback, should be on the outside. Like you can basically sit there and look at it and tell how the defensive line up wrong. And that's Kane Womack. He'll be sitting there like, oh no, he's supposed to be a shade on the outside. He's supposed to be shade on the outside. He's supposed to be a shade on the inside. because I got outside, inside. My linebacker gonna cover inside, so everything had to be a shade on the outside. We're not giving up anything on the boundary. We forcing everything to the safety. Boom. That's what defenses know. As a defensive coordinator, you should know that. As a defensive line coach, you should see on the line, my line is lined up here, and then you turn around and look at your linebackers and see if your linebackers in the right gap.
Facts.
Linebackers are not in the right gap, and my defensive line about a little bad. And then the linebacker coach looking at the defensive line, make sure they line up in the right gaps, linebackers in the right gap, and then they turn around and look at the DBs and see the DBs in the right gap. And they tell defensive back coach, hey coach, you got to shade them over a little, shade them over a little. That's how they communicate to make sure the defense running well. Defense is perfect. I don't have a problem with Freddie being a D-line coach. I said that years ago because he got to learn it all, man. And Saban brought him in. Saban trained him up as a defensive line coach, put him in a position that he was going to be successful at. Maybe he was a better defensive line coach than he was a linebacker coach. Coach Saban did that. So you gotta just trust the process of the head coaching. They know a lot, and they gonna put you in the right predicament anyway. So he probably put him in the right position, and then kept him in the position that Coach Saban put him in. I done seen coaches, man, that came in and played linebacker, and they turn around and put him as a safety coach because their knowledge of the game was better because they knew every position on the field, and then they can study better from the back end down. That used to be me. Like I coached down to every position on the football field, dog. In the 12 years I coached, and my head coach when I first started coaching, he told me, in order to be effective in this game, you better know everything. And he said, and the only way to know everything, you got to continually learn. Every single week, you got to be studying something. When you figure out something, or you think you got something locked down, you need to go find something else to learn.
So how
And
would you know?
that's why we keep learning the game.
So my thing is, in- while you're learning the game, and the only way that we can actually see that you learn the game means that the information that you've learned and you now giving to others that's developing, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, but thing about
okay.
coaches, man. You can put coaches in a spot. Like Freddie, great guy, excellent coach, man. I promise you. He may have issues connecting with the younger generation.
Ah,
It may not be the fact that he's not teaching them properly. It may be the fact that he having problem connecting with certain kids in his generation. Some kids you can coach hard. Some kids you can't. Some kids you borderline. You can coach them hard sometimes. Sometimes you gotta love them. Some coaches is not lovable coaches. They just hard not coaches or they soft coaches. It ain't no in between. Some coaches just go one side of the road, man. They stick to it. And if Fred is soft, which I don't think he is, but if he's soft, and you got kids from the hood, those hardcore guys that need that tough love, he ain't gonna be able to give them tough love because he's a soft coach. And if he too tough, and he got the hardcore kids from South Florida, from Montgomery, you can get on them, you can talk bad to them, you can dog them out. They gonna be more accepted to the way he coaching. But you get a kid from the they may not accept the coaching that he has or the fussing he has or the tutelage that he's trying to receive because they got it from a different they all their life they got it different. They had it easy. Mom and dad got money. Nobody got on their case because if I take my kid from the school, I'm gonna take my money from the school. You got all that type of stuff going on. And when they get to college, they finally hit that wall. And when you're not the best player on the team because your mom and dad can't buy your way through college, and you hit that wall, and now it takes you 4 or 5 years to even learn what they're saying because it was all given to you. Is that the coach's issue, or that's a parent-player issue? A lot of time, man, that's what happens in college football. You have that five-star kid that Mom sent him to every satellite camp in America. They put him on all nutrition programs. They got him all the training in the world. He played against the weakest competitors in America. That made him look so much better than everybody else. And then once he get to college, it's a whole nother learning process. They're gonna take him 4 or 5 years, and he get on the back burner, and everybody mad because we chasing stars and not chasing dudes. And when you get all the stars in there, they're really not the stars. Then they look like dudes, and then the dudes look like the stars.
When the recruiting, why are we recruiting? If you can see that, then why are we recruiting those type of guys?
Because the recruiting is all about the money is all about the numbers in recruiting, right? You top, you number one recruiting class in America. Ain't the fans gonna show up in the stands to support you? Because you got all these top 10 classes, top 5 classes. You're gonna have 109,000 people in the stand. You can sell the tickets double the price every single year. You can keep going up every year on prices because you keep going up on the recruiting classes. They care about, fans care about the numbers, bro. They don't care about the dudes. If you go out there right now, they go out there right now and they just recruit 19 dudes with no stars. Don't give a damn about the stars. None of that. Just go get 19 dudes, 19 no stars. Everybody in this damn chat right now have a baby.
Not me.
You probably won't, but that I see in the chat.
I don't know.
Everybody in that chat right now will have a baby.
I said not me because my fandom was questioned. So it's like when
Why
we
are we going out here and getting these no stars?
why because the no stars is better than the stars that you over here trying to praise.
Because can I say something? Because maybe the no stars haven't been in the satellite camps, but have the same capabilities as the 5 star.
They,
Nope.
fans don't care about that, bro. Boosters don't care about that, bro.
I know
Booster,
that,
booster care about that star. If you got that star by your name, if I get 5 stars in the recruiting class, 12 4 stars, and 9 3 stars, my name recruiting rank gonna be top 5.
Right.
I'm top 5 recruiting class. Booster gonna drop that 40 50 million check,
And it
and I'm
hurts
gonna be
you because,
smiling.
but it hurts you because now, yeah, he got the best recruiting class in America. Next year he's fired, and now we're still stuck with that same best recruiting class in America.
Hey, but what do the boosters care about?
They care about the money.
They care about the money, bro.
No, the NIL. I'm sorry, you can't say boosters. NIL now.
No, and I'm not even talking about NIL. I'm talking about the boosters, the people that pay for the damn coaches.
Oh,
The big time boosters, the one that go in there like Paul Brown Jr. and those guys.
mm-hmm.
They care about numbers. That's it. They don't care about
but there is a
winning.
maverick.
They don't even really care about winning games. They just don't want to lose and be horrible. It's
And
all
I
about
think
how many fans go in that stand, how many millions that comes in and out that thing, so they can keep their pocket fat. That's
So,
it, dog.
so piano. Would that be the reason? Oh, hold on. Would that be the main thing that we should talk about? Is the not the coaching staff? I guess the ones above them, because are they the ones telling coaches of who to get so they can continue having the money come in?
see, I feel you, and you know what? I'm gonna make it happen
Okay.
because that's going to be to me that's the kind of the mystery of it all as into what are they thinking, because it's almost like now when you talk about governor, you made a statement way back in the conversation about the players being handcuffed. Well, maybe it's not just the players being handcuffed alone. Maybe the coaches and the staff are handcuffed as well.
Well, that,
You never know, bro.
never
All
know.
I can tell you,
Ooh-wee.
all I can tell you is this: when you're chasing stars,
Don't do it.
what can you fall back on?
Don't do it. I'm telling you guys now, the dispensation has changed. There is a narrative and a source that is starting to realize that the star system has run its course because you can only get 32 to 33 5 stars to start with. And there's a lot more 4 star, 3 stars that actually builds teams. So in that though, a lot of them have been to the satellite camps. But what happens when you have a Christian Megatron Moore who hasn't, but has the capabilities of being a 5 star if he would have the opportunity to be in that satellite? So all of a sudden, you start realizing a lot of these guys see the star system has allowed us to, up until uh, recent, has allowed to be the way you build a championship team, and I get that. But now NIL and portal, you got to build different, and you got to know you got to change with the time. And now it's about vetting. You got to have a staff and a GM uh, that are working together as one, that are vetting vetting the young men out there. And it doesn't matter the star system, because a lot of these stars, they've been pushed through a satellite camp, or they've been shined upon. But the ones that are eager and ready and that are the true dogs are the ones that nobody even knows about, i.e., the quarterback from Ole Miss at Ferris State, only getting one recruit, one college to look at him. But we know good and well when he got into his chosen D1 level college, he shined. So he was always that quarterback. He just wasn't in the right system to be seen.
I got another one for you, Bishop. A lot of folks use Christian as a talking point. Trayshawn Hall, Central, Tus-
Deshaun,
Central Tuscaloosa, right across the street from from Alabama Stadium, right across the street. Kid was a 2 star. Actually, wasn't even ranked until Oklahoma
yeah,
offered
he
him. He was
he what? Yeah,
unranked
thank you. Tell the
until
truth.
Oklahoma offered him. Once Oklahoma offered him, he became a 2 star. And then when I think Michigan offered him, became a 3 star. That kid there, probably one of the fastest kid in the state of Alabama. He a do it all kid. When I say do it all, he does it all. Every single thing. He played quarterback. He played running back. He played wide receiver. Played defensive back, linebacker. The kid does it all. He a freak. Nobody wanted him until Oklahoma offered him. Oklahoma offered him. Now everybody want him. Is he not that guy because he was a 0 star?
Mm, mm, mm,
Is everybody
mm.
better than him? Let's go back to Trayshawn Brown. Trayshawn Brown was the 1 star
Yep.
until Alabama offered him. Then he jumped up to a 3 star. Now when he get on Alabama campus, same thing I've been saying for the longest. Now he on Bama campus. He might be the most electrified running back in the room.
Mm, mm,
Think about for his name, Fernando Mendoza, two
mm,
star coming out of high school. Dude won the Heisman.
mm.
Go back to Josh Jacobs. All right, and let we can keep going, man, on and on. D'Angelo Pod, no star, came
Josh
out of high school.
Jacobs out of Tulsa McLean.
No star, Josh Jacobs. I'm just saying, like, we can keep on naming names, man. You can go to the damn near the whole Indiana team. Ahmad Black, no star out of high school. Boy about to be a third round draft pick, national champion, ran over us. So
Yep.
what's more important in football? Is it stars or it just dudes? I want the kid that don't nobody want.
Yep.
I want the kid that everybody sit down there and say he can't play because he was an inch and a half shorter than that 5-star guy. Because that 5-star guy is 6'3". He meets all the measurables, right? He ran a 4.5, but he met all the measures because he got 10-inch hands. He was 6'3", but this no star is 5'10", run a 4.3 40. He got small hands, but he ain't had but 2 drops his whole football career. He done played 3 positions on that offense. Now when I get him, I can put him in the slot, I can put him in the running back, I can put him at quarterback, do the wildcat, I can put him in the damn X, Y, and turn him loose. I
Mm-hmm.
got a dog on my hand. Auburn went out and got a 5-star wide receiver that paying not to be nothing. You know, LSU done it. Bama have done it. Bama went to Miami, Florida, got Jai Hall was the #1 wide receiver in the country. What did he ever do in college football?
Not much.
Okay. But we done had Levi Waller was a walk-on 0-star. And Bishop mentioned him yesterday. And he's still in the NFL to this day.
Yep.
Yep.
This
Start
the,
everywhere he goes.
the star system is flawed. Not
I
saying that this ain't no good, it's flawed. That's why
applaud.
you see
Yeah.
more people now targeting the 3 stars than they target the 5. Nick Saban never targeted 5 stars unless you was a freak wide receiver or you was a freak damn defensive backs. He knew what defensive back were. So it was a 5-star DB and Nick Saban recruiting, you know he was the truth. If it was a 5-star linebacker and Kirby Smart recruiting, you know he was the truth. And we talk about coaches too. Kirby Smart was a linebacker coach at Alabama. Nick Saban was a DB coach. Kirby
Yep.
Smart played safety. Nick Saban turned him to a linebackers coach. So he was the defensive coordinator. So
So
Oh,
coach, once again, I ask from the beginning of this, and I told what was what about the stats and everything from and how a once Ryan Grubb offensive led uh, team ran the football. So now I'm asking now coming into this season as we get ready to end, and because if you want to take the rest of this, we can take it to the Discord. The credentials are in the chat if you don't have it. If you want to take it to the Discord, you can. Because I'm not gonna call no name, but somebody already over there, and that's what I've been laughing at because of what's happening in the Discord. But as we get ready to go, once again, Governor, as you give your parting words, what's the solution?
Well, first, it's another day. I'm blessed another day to wake my eyes open and speak with you, interact with the chat. And I'm gonna make this very clear to the chat. Because I know there's probably some people in there either saying, I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm delusional, I'm not a real fan, he's always negative. Let me let y'all know this. This is all opinionated. Y'all do understand this, right? It's not gold, it's not setting the foundation. We just discussing on what the topic is at hand at the time. Okay? But if y'all really want to know my feelings, we can go to the Discord. I told you I'm a different person over there. We could talk over there. But for here, it's all opinionated. I'm the type of person, I don't want people to lose their jobs, especially in today's society. So I'm not advocating for that. What I'm saying is what I see from the team and what's best for the team. Yes, you have to speak on what's not working for the team. I'm not going to sit there and harp on all the positive things because the positive things is not going to help us get better when we need to. Okay. Um, the thing that needs to happen, it's either everybody has to get on the same page, coaching, GM, and players, or you have to move people, regardless on what it is. At the end of the day, I've always said this. This is business. This is a business that we are in right now. Yes, you can have the love of the game. Yes, you can have love for certain players. Yes, you can have love for certain coaches. But at the end of the day, when your job starts to get in question and jeopardy, you have to start making business decisions. Not every business is great when you have your friends with you. That's just a fact. Business is not always going to be booming when you have your friends or family associated with you. It's either the head coach has to take the reins or the team is going to go rogue and do it them damn selves. The choice is theirs at this point in time. That's really all I got to say on that.
Okay. Okay, we lost coach again. Bishop,
Yeah.
on words.
What I would let you guys know, life is too short. You're talking to someone who died twice on the operating table, and God allowed me to come back and to be amongst you guys. I had a benign tumor adhered to my pituitary gland. I had brain surgery. My doctor was 16 years old from Austria. Sometimes you got to get out of the way and trust the process and lean to not to your own understanding and understand in order to build something, you got to be willing to acknowledge that there's areas of concern that need to be addressed. On top of that, I'm talking to you, and yet I died on the operating table. Is that proof enough that you know the decision you need to make? Because it's coming back soon. With that said, I appreciate P, Coach Carl, and Governor for always having my back and allowing me to have a space to be on.
Yeah, even though you're from Oklahoma, we forgive you, bro. We know you ain't had nothing to do with that part. So
We want the phone.
we got you back on that. Go ahead, Coach Carl. Pardon words, bro.
Man, I'm sorry, man. I got that no mobile line, so it keep on cutting off. But
I must have no
nah,
mobile internet there. Anyway.
but Bishop, man, I appreciate you sharing your story, brother. Uh, God bless you to be here, and we really appreciate you being here. As an Oklahoma fan, as an Alabama fan, or just as a football fan,
Yeah.
we love it, man. Keep
Yep.
bringing your fire, Governor. I appreciate you coming at me, bro, because you came at me in the chat, and which made me jump on to explain my comment. So appreciate you, bro. Like it's never good enough to have a chat going on or a conversation going on with nobody question your intelligence or question your integrity, right? So I had to come on and explain to you the reason behind saying what I was saying, because number one part about coaching is that at any time you can fire a coach, and then I got to move a coach to another position, and that coach has to learn another position on the fly. So if you already studying the positions and have some type of knowledge of the position, if they move you on the fly, you won't be lost in transaction. The kids won't be teaching you how to do things. Like we had some situation going on there over the last couple of years. Guys had to be trained how to teach a position or how to coach a position, and then you can see it on the field in the way the kids played. Or when the offense made adjustment, the defensive line or defensive back coaches, defensive linebacker coaches couldn't make the adjustment with the offense because they didn't know what the offense was doing, predicated on position that you're coaching. You're not studying the position that you're facing, so they didn't know how to adjust. So the number one thing about that was what I was saying. Now your comment is 1,000% correct because you gotta be great at one position and you need to be good or knowledgeable at the rest of them so that you can be more effective at your position that you hone in on as your craft. And that's 1,000% correct. And P, y'all know me last year, and 30 days from now, what day is
The day was
21st. 40 days, it'll be my 1 year anniversary from my heart attack.
Yeah.
In 40 days. So, man, God is good, bro. I had my checkup. Everything is still flowing right, perfect. I have no sign. My cholesterol is a little high, so they put me on extra cholesterol milk to get it back down. So I don't have to worry about no more artery collapsing. But I'm progressing at a huge level, and everything going perfect, man. So thank y'all for praying for me when y'all prayed for me. Thank y'all for y'all continued prayer, man. Thank y'all for the support. And dang, man, Dwight, man, you got problems because you snitched on me, dog. You snitched on me. You shouldn't have been in the chat telling for who I was. You should have let them find out on their own. But it is what it is, man. Y'all be blessed. Let me get in here and do some work. Governor, I see you back, bro. Keep coming for me, so I can go ahead and study some more. Cause now I'm about to go study offense and learn how to coach every position on offense, so I can come at you when you get mad at me again.
But see, you develop that. You know what? I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah, I developed. Hey, I
See,
developed.
there
You're
you
right.
go. That's
You're
it.
right.
There you
You're
go.
right. I
There go.
developed. Hey, I developed that skill, Governor. You are 100% correct. I developed that skill and that knowledge to go out there and try to learn everything I could about football. It's a
Yeah,
development stage, and
it
you're
is.
100% about that. That is the best thing you ever said in football. I hadn't heard nobody else on the platform say that, but you. Development. That's
Yeah,
in football, that's in life, that's in anything you do.
everything.
If you don't develop, you're gonna get stuck in one spot and you can't grow. Development helps you grow. If you want to get that promotion on job, you better develop some more skills.
I'm just telling you. I appreciate your coaching. You, Governor, Bishop, Twister, Latoya, KT, all y'all, Bishop, all y'all. I appreciate you. And Governor, when Coach Carr was talking about you coming at him, uh, I'm of the old school of things, and I had to go and learn in football the different positions, the different terminologies. Now they function the same, but I had to also learn in their functionality how things were different. So yeah, so we're all developing, Governor. We're all developing, and so in order for me to do this, I had to develop some stuff. Well, we're not gonna go off into that, but I ain't going into that today. No, sir. But when people tell, I will just put it this way: when people tell you that you can't and you won't, I'm just that dude. I'm gonna prove to you that I can and I will, and
Facts.
and that's what you do. I don't let people dictate me. I got my own brain. What was left of it? I have my own brain and I use it, and I use it to the best of my ability and to the fullest capacity that I can take it. So with that being said, I'm developing daily to learn more about this craft, to learn more about not just Alabama, but I'm expanding it, Bishop, and Governor and Coach and Twister, Latoya, all y'all to the chefs. I'm expanding it to other teams. I'm expanding it to other conferences. I'm expanding it because when we talk about the NFL draft, you're not going to just talk about the 8 Alabama players that's there because the NFL is bigger than that, but you want to talk about others and you need to know them. I really, and Double A been saying that for a minute. Know about your competition. Know about what's going on around you. And not only does that work in sports, But like Governor and Coach just said, it works in life. Know about what's happening around you. And so with that being said, that's our show. Now, if you want to get down with it some more, come on over to the Discord. Now, I'm not going to promise I'm going to be there, but Governor can be there. Coach Carl might be there for a minute. Bishop be there. Bino be there. Stephen Hicks is already there. Matter of fact, Stephen Hicks been hanging in there all morning and everything. But today, Governor, you gonna see it when you get in there. That's what I've been laughing about. Stephen said we fixing Alabama's problems today. We were fixing Alabama's problem. And so I just come in to bring us your wounded and the wounds too. We will heal them, for the low price. Things come with a price over here. We just don't do it. This ain't the welfare line, But anyway, but like Governor said, hey, it is what it is. We're Bama fans, and we all have these different perspectives. And I will say this, and I'm out of here. Perception is a powerful thing. It's just like jealousy. It's a powerful thing. Because the governor may see one thing, we might be all looking at the same thing. Governor sees something, coach sees something, bishop will see something, Twister sees something, Latoya sees something, KT sees something, 401k crew, OG Gill sees something, and the list goes on and on. And the thing about it is, we're all looking at the same thing, but we're all looking at it from a different slant. And that's how we have to learn to appreciate each other's slant. I asked a question this morning, and nobody knew what my question was going to be. But you see what the joy of just having a simple question, all of these different elements came up out of the question. Yeah, Piano Man is smart. Piano Man is slick. I knew how this was going to turn out. That's why I did it. And it got everybody talking. Now, did everybody see it alike? No. And I expected that. And guess what? And thank you, Coach. I like that. I like diversity. I like, and when I say this, I don't mean it's in a negative connotation, but I like conflict. Why do I say that? Because that's where people can talk. Reasonable people can talk through conflict and yet still be friends at the end, like me and B Sharp. He ain't gonna never convince me that Tom Brady the GOAT. Never will convince me, so stop trying. It's Joe Montana. All day, every day. Yeah, he went to 10 Super Bowls and lost 3 of them. Joe Montana went to 4 and won them all. Who have the better percentage? You do the math, and I'm done with that. But anyway, but me and B Sharp still the best friend. And all I got to do, I ain't gonna do Governor like that. Governor, that's my dog, man. That's my dog, man. Love Governor, love you, Coach, love you, Bishop, love you, Twister, love all the chefs. Thank y'all for everything you do. And to all y'all in the chat, Piano Man love you. The chat and the chefs love you too. And so stay focused, drive, and go forward in the name of the Lord. And remember, you can do all things through Christ that give you strength. But just remember, if you trust in the Lord with all your heart, don't lean to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him. He'll direct your path. And when He shows you the path, you'll see the plan, and you'll understand the purpose, and you will love what He showed you. Pursue Him. You won't go wrong. And in the words of Governor, allow the Lord to develop you. Let Him develop you. Don't let people do it. Let God develop you. I bet you'll be well developed then. You'll be the baddest thing on the block. But remember, His development is a continual development. You don't just go get developed overnight and He presents you to the world. No, it's a process. Trust the process. Remember, Piano Man don't know everything. I just know what I'm talking about. So with that being said, continue to be a fan. Just be realistic. Because I'm going to tell you like this. The moment that you become realistic and I hear some delusional stuff coming from you, this is what you going to get from Piano Man.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And can't nobody say that like Governor. So I'm gonna let Governor finish that, and then that's gonna be a whole conversation. So with that being said, that's our show for today. We ain't a friend till you say Tom. Boy, you almost made me cuss right. What's up, B Sharp? What the business is, player? See, here he go. Here he go with foolishness. Foolishness, I'd say. Foolishness. I'll never say it. I will never say it. No, no, no. Not in this life, not in my past life, and not in the life to come. And whatever that religion is that believe in them coming back as an ant or a butterfly or whatever, I won't say it then. Matter of fact, he's still living. I come back as a mosquito. I'm going, bam. I'm going to be the first, and y'all going to know it's me. And I'm going to do it while he on the air. Doing a show one day. I'm gonna be that mosquito in his ear. So anyway, you'll never. What's up, B Sharp? You will never get me to say that. But anyway, all right. If you're going to Discord, let's go. And like I said, the kitchen is closed. The chefs are gone for the day. I'm waiting on some information to come through, and about a second show because today is Tuesday. And LaToya wanted in, and we're going to continue to have this conversation. So just be on the lookout. And before we go, before we go, Coach, Governor, I did hear from and I think I told y'all this, I did hear from this defensive coordinator from Indiana about the little statements that was made. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, I did hear from him. We kind of chopped it up a minute. But as soon as he can get the okay from his sports information director and all that kind of stuff, and they give him an approval, he's gonna come on the show and we're gonna chop it up. So, Governor, Coach, if he comes on, don't y'all miss that day. Please don't miss that day. And Governor, I might let you conduct all the interviews that day, Governor.
Here we go.
Man, he come on the show, Piano Man, I'm gonna be cussing like a sailor.
I don't think he gonna care because he gonna say. I don't think he gonna care because he gonna say.
I'm gonna be cussing because B-Shaw. I'm gonna be cussing because B-Shaw put that crap in the chat again, talking about Tom Brady the GOAT. You know what Tom Brady can do for me? Kiss my natural black.
Anyway, Governor, take Coach with you and everything. Hey, but if you're going to the chat, if you're going to the Discord, let's hightail it over there. The kitchen is closed. The Gumbo Chefs are gone for the day, and Piano Man is out. I will see y'all later on. I will let you know here in the next little bit whether we have a second show or not. We probably will.
Rise up.
And we will see y'all later. Roll Tide, everybody. Be sharp. One of these days, we going to be friends. I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all be cool. Roll Tide.